What's going on, everybody? My name is Mario. This is a channel all about amusement park type stuff, but mostly coasters. And today, since we were somewhat near-ish by, we decided to go to Cedar Point for a day, and we're gonna see how much we can get done. It's nice and cool for once in our trip. I'm a little tired and out of it, but let's roly coasty, shall we? First ride of the day is going to be Raptor, so let's hop on that and see how it is. It's definitely a lot more quiet than it has been in previous years, and I personally love that. I don't need to give my ears an ouchie ouchie. That was really fun, insanely smooth, like wowie for an old B&M invert. That was insanely smooth. Lots of inversions, very fun. Not super forceful, it could be running slower because it's in the morning time, but just really fun. I mean, if you want to just get whipped upside down a few times, that's a great old ride for you. But the first drop's really good. Like in the back row, your stomach kind of drops a little bit too. Really fun way to start the day. I think we're gonna head to Gatekeeper next and see if that's also fun. Sitting on the outside of the seats with nothing above or below you. That's just such a serene way to ride. So we did Gatekeeper, and it is just flowy and fun. Nothing too intense, especially for how tall it is. It's 170 something feet tall, but it's not intense at all. I mean, if you don't like intense rides but want to go on something larger scale and, you know, feel the wind in your face, just have some fun. Gatekeeper's a fantastic ride for that. So while getting those couple of rides a little bit before open with early entry and also right after open was nice and fun. Even though the park is officially open now, only about 5 or 6 of their coasters are open. Yeah, there's just a lot of people walking around looking for things to do, especially since most of the open coasters are in the very front. Yeah, we're kind of just wandering around trying to find something to do right now. So even though a lot of the coasters are closed, a lot of the flat rides are open, so we're gonna hit up Skyhawk next. And I'm excited because I remember that being insanely fun last time we were here. So we just rode Skyhawk, and I like it a lot. It's just like a giant swing set, takes you back to your childhood, but it also tries to throw you out of your seat. We walked right on too, it wasn't busy thankfully, so fun stuff despite not a lot of coasters being open. But next up we're gonna hit up Millennium Force. It has a bit of a wait, but there's not a whole lot else to do. So let's go on this fun Giga coaster. Oh man, I forgot how good Millennium Force is. It's just pure fun. I feel like no ride holds its speed nearly as well as Millennium Force. You feel like you are going 90 miles per hour the whole time. Sure, it doesn't have the standout elements that other coasters have. It's not as quick paced, but it feels fast the whole time. This is a beautifully designed ride. It is so much fun, and it's nothing to scoff at all. Also, pro tip for Millennium Force. If you want a front row ride, or a very close to the experience of a front row ride, just go in the second row. You're not gonna have to wait that extra half hour, but you get nearly as much wind in your face, nearly as good of a view because the seats are a little bit higher up than the front row. So if you want that near front row experience without having to wait, pro tip, just go row 2. After Millennium Force, we're gonna ride the original hyper coaster, Magnum XL 200, which is one of the jankiest coasters out there, but it's gonna be fun still. Magnum XL 200 was running a little slower than I remember it. The airtime was not quite as brutal, which was not a bad thing at all. But still, the last 2 hills at the end, especially the one that's fully enclosed, just getting thrown out of your seat without knowing where you are is insane. and with the other hills not being as aggressive, a lot more comfortable than I remember. So good times on Magnum. So while the crowds have started to pick up, the rides have started to open up, so we're gonna go ahead and hit up Maverick next. And holy heck, this is a long line, but I want to ride it. So time to wait.
Enjoy your ride on Maverick. Bye-bye.
Okay, we just got off a back road ride on Maverick, and that was insanely fun. That first drop in the back row is something else, and just whipping through those first few turns, getting some insane ejector airtime on those hills, and of course that tunnel launch is phenomenal as well. Maverick definitely still one of my favorite coasters out there. Incredibly fun. Now I am actually a little sad I just got a generic burger instead of eating at this farmhouse kitchen and grill. It looks beautiful here. It has tons of seating, and it looks really nice. The food looks pretty good as well, but dang, I wish there was indoor seating because there is none on this side of the park. I could be wrong, maybe something's slipping my mind. There's definitely none in this immediate area. But now we're doing a new thing that none of us have done at Cedar Point before, Forbidden Frontier on Adventure Island, which I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. I think it's maybe like a little walk-through little thingy. We're mostly here just to get some really good views of the coasters. Like that's Millennium Force's first hill behind us right there. It looks phenomenal. But well, it's fun to check out some new stuff. It's fun to check out some new things. They also have a little boat ride that goes around this island. I forget exactly what it's called, but that looks fun too. Maybe we'll do that later. So one of the fun things you can do is actually pull your little raft across the Snake River swamp here. That looks like fun for the kids. Don't know if I'll do it. I'm a little tired from this coaster trip already, so I don't know if I need to exert extra energy, but that definitely seems like a fun thing for the kids to do to burn off some of theirs. So it seems like the main thing to do here is a scavenger hunt, which that's really fun. A good way, again, for kids to burn off their energy and do a little something different other than coasters and rides. It also looks like they have some show going on right now, too. So that's also really fun. Lots of cool stuff. But we've been thoroughly enjoying these views of Millennium Force. It's just so incredible to see it so up close. I mean, look, it's like literally right there. Look, I'm touching it. Boink! And along with the petting zoo that they have in the more main pathway of the park, they also have emus on Adventure Island. And another really nice thing is a lot of friendly and interactive employees here. Thought that was nice. Well, fun little break from coasties. All right, so after that little Islands of Adventure, wait, that's not what it's called. Adventure Island fun, we hit a Blue Streak, which was insanely fun. It gave a very similar ride experience to Racer at Kings Island, just on a smaller scale. But you were popping up out of your seat quite a bit as well. So that was insanely fun. A good classic wooden coaster. Oldest coaster in the park. No. Yes? Now we're taking another little bit of a coaster break and taking a stroll by the beach next to Lake Erie, just to get some beachy vibes. More so to get some footage of rides, of course, specifically Magnum. But it's also nice. There's a nice little breeze. The sun has come out, but we're having a nice time. So this pathway that starts back there over by Windseeker actually comes all the way down to the water park and towards the back of the park where Magnum is. So this is a long pathway. So if you're looking to do a little something other than just riding roller coasters and want to get some fresh air and just stroll around, this is a really cool pathway to do so. So after that little break of coaster riding, we're gonna go back on another coaster, Gemini, the park's racing coaster. Gemini was a lot of fun. We raced actually pretty darn well. Our train won. I don't know, that's just like a wholesome vintage ride, but gives you some airtime as well. A little shaky in the back, but really good in-between ride, but still fun for everyone. The head choppers too are wild. Like dipping under those metal supports, you feel like you're gonna lose your head. Really, really fun ride. Next, we're gonna be hitting up Rougarou, which I know is not the most beloved floorless coaster out there, but I've had nothing but good rides on it. Again, it definitely shimmies a little bit through the layout, but I wouldn't personally call it rough. I feel like it still rolls on the track pretty smoothly. It's a different layout for a B&M floorless coaster. It used to be a stand-up coaster, so that's why it definitely has a different layout than the other ones out there. There's fewer inversions, especially in the second half, with a lot of twists and turns, but I think that makes it super unique and super fun. It's also pretty forceful through some elements, like that inclined loop, and it's whippy through some of those turns as well, throwing you side to side. So with our second meal on the dining plan, we're gonna be having Panda Express, a really nice option to have on there. A little bit of a change of pace from the typical burger or chicken from a theme park. So we finished off the day with a nice couple of night rides on Steel Vengeance, and that is just such a phenomenal coaster. It pains me that that isn't my #1 roller coaster because it is just so phenomenal. I don't know, maybe I'll rethink things, but it's just so amazing. Everything is so good. That first drop is massive. The first airtime hill is massive and so strong and sustained. Like, that is some of the best sustained airtime you can get in the world. The Outer Bank turn is the exact same, but you're leaning for it. And the length is probably the very best thing about it because it just goes on and on and on. Everything about it fists. What a fantastic way to end what ended up being a pretty darn good day. We're heading on to the front entrance now, so I'll sign off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe and turn on notification for more content like this. This is the last day of our little Midwest trip, but Javi and I will be going to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and King's Dominion for the first time soon. Look out for those videos coming soon. And until next time, 2 egg rolls.